How's it going, guys? It is August 23rd, 2024. It is 22 days out from opening day here in Wisconsin, so we're excited. We're ready to get in the stand, chase after these bucks that we've been getting on camera. This video, we're going to kind of go over our gear that we're going to be using for 2024. Most of it, I should say, some of it, we have property that we hunt up north that have pre-hung stands that we don't have here, but we'll kind of go over that later in the video, just explaining what we have up there, and then yeah, let's get into it.
Alrighty, so this year for 2024, all three of us are running the Phantom tethered saddle with the SYS haulers on them to bring the ropes in very easily. You know, the past few years we've been bringing in hang-on stands to public land, so the saddle just makes it so much easier to trek miles into the woods and get away from all that public pressure to really find those deer. This year, Hunter's running the tethered Skeletor sticks with the Dynalite rope and tab, which makes it's just a game changer getting on and off the tree. So much easier, and they're so compact. Makes everything so much easier. And then Riley and I are using the Hawk helium sticks. They're pretty much the same as the Skeletors. They're just a little bit more budget friendly. Hunter is running the tethered Predator platform. Very good platform, no complaints. I am running the Hawk platform, pretty much just like the Predator platform, just a little bit more budget friendly. And then Riley decided to take initiative on a platform. He grabbed an old stick and welded up a platform. Works well, so I mean, hey, nothing to say about it.
All right, so this year, actually, we've been using them for quite a few years now, our optics. So this is Riley's. He's running the Vortex, just normal vinyl harness that comes with the binoculars. I am running the marsupial pack with the rangefinder pouch on the side. I really like this pack because of the magnetic holding your tabs open. So when I'm in the tree stand, I don't have to worry about opening it, closing it. It stays down, and I actually like to put my phone back here, and then my release sits in the one side, and my wind check sits in the other side. I actually put the fun coupons or tags in the front pouch here, zips it up inside a Ziploc bag so that no water damages them or anything. All right, so getting into the optics that we are using this year, we've been using them for quite a few years now. Our Vortex 8x42 binoculars, and then I am also running the Vortex, I believe it's the Crossfire rangefinder. It's one of their cheapest ones, but I'm not hunting out west. I'm hunting pretty close quarters, so I don't need anything with super far capability. And I mean, we're not rich, so it just makes life a little bit easier in the pockets. But yeah, we like to run Vortex stuff because it is actually based out of Wisconsin, so it's kind of cool just being able to run something that we know is based out of the same state that we live in and that we hunt in. So Vortex, really great stuff. Never had any issues. Super clear quality. Like the way they're made is super quality. Dropped them out of tree stands. Never had any issues. The rangefinder doesn't fall out of the tree stand because it is attached to here, but it's been banged around, bumped into trees, and it's still good to go. So
Alright guys, so for the past 2 years we've been running the Tacticams. They are great quality, and it's really easy, really simple when we set them up on public land, and you know, we're not always able to get out into the woods right away, so when those bucks and those deer come in, then you get the photo sent right to your phone, and it just makes life a lot easier. You don't have to always go out and kind of put pressure on your spot, checking your camera and stuff like that. So Cellcam is definitely a good investment if you got the money and you want to, you know, try something new. Thermacell, I like to run a Thermacell because, you know, the bugs are terrible, and I've ran this for probably 4 years, the same one, and nothing ever has been bad with it. It's always worked, always fired up every time. And also when I am filming, last year I bought the Muddy camera arm. You know, it's really simple. This system right here just straps around the tree, and you put this right here, and pretty much the whole thing can swivel around almost 180 around the tree, which is perfect. You get to all angles. I have no problem with it at all. It's on the cheaper side, but definitely works great. Don't have to spend a whole lot of money to do what you want. So I also put this camo tape wrap around here so that when you're in the woods, it's not as loud when things get banged around, and it also just makes it camo, so it can help out while you're hunting. All right, guys. So while all three of us still use our saddles, or are going to be using our saddles this year, we still all have property up north that we go to, frequently to hunt, that all have set tree stands and stuff like that. So we like to use our harnesses. We all use the Muddy harness. It's affordable and works really good. Never have any problems with it, obviously, because hopefully nobody falls out of a tree. Alright, guys, so up north, all of our tree stands are like set in place ones, big game ladder stands or hang on with sticks. We got the Muddy sticks as well. They're three-step sticks that latch on really easy, and you don't have to worry about anything getting stolen because it's all on private property. So
Alright guys, so getting into our bow setups this year, I am running the Mathews. It is the Mathews V3, the 2021 model bow. I bought it brand new in 2021. Still running strong. I do plan on buying the new Mathews as soon as it does come out for 2025. But this year I did get new gas high octane bowstrings on it. I went with orange. I'm running the Ultra View Mathews grip on it. It's their first edition because I wanted the orange. Getting into stabilizers, I'm running a Shrewd Vantage 12-inch front bar with 2 ounces off the front, and then the Shrewd Vantage sidebar. It's the 9-inch, and I have 4 ounces off the back with the Mathews Genuine sidebar mount. The front bar is an 8-degree down. I kind of tried everything out between degrees out and weight off the back, weight off the front, degrees down versus straight. And I have this set at somewhere around 5 degrees down, and I believe 4 degrees out from the bow. And then this with it being 8 degrees down, it just felt the best for me. I hold pretty steadily with it. And getting into the rest, I'm running the Hamskea Trinity. It's the limb-driven rest, which I honestly like almost more than a cable-driven, just because I've seen horror stories with cable-drivens and people setting them up wrong. So being the limb-driven, I have it underneath this little tab just on this backside, tied in with a bunch of granny knots, cut, melted. Getting into the sight, I guess you could say it's kind of a Frankenstein sight. So when I bought the bow, I wanted the Excel Landslide dovetail sight, but that's when Excel, the landslides just came out. They were hot. Everybody wanted them, and everywhere was constantly sold out of them. So by the time it was hunting season, I still couldn't get my hands on one. But my local archery shop had the Landslide, but it was just the normal bolt-on sight. So I bought that just because I wanted the Excel sight. And then coming into this season, when I had my bow at the local archery shop to get these new strings put on it, I saw that they actually had an older Excel Achieve XP dovetail laying around. So I talked to them. They said I could have it, and I exchanged the dovetail with the actual sidebar, or the side mount, and it bolted right on. And then I also bought the Ultra View, the UV3 XL scope, has the light in it and everything. I love this sight. Probably one of the best scopes I've ever had. I don't plan on ever changing that scope. Yeah, so that's basically my bow. I am shooting around, it's cranked all the way down. It's a 70-pound bow, and I know Mathews shoot a little hot, so it's probably somewhere around 72 pounds. I haven't really checked it, but yeah, so she's fast, and she's ready to kill something this year. So getting into the arrow setup, this year I'm running a new arrow setup. It is the Victory Rip TKO 300 spine. I don't know exactly how short this is. I know I had it cut to about as short as possible. Running the normal 50 grain outsert that comes with the arrows with a 100 grain field tip. So getting into the vanes, I am running the Boning X vanes. Super, super good vanes, super durable. I mean, this one, kind of hard to see from this far away, but there is dirt and scratches on them from when I was sighting my bow in. My arrows were actually, some of them went under the target and into the gravel road that I was shooting on. And I mean, they are still all the way connected. They are not ripped, not peeled off at all. So just boning vanes matched with the boning matched with the boning fletching glue. They're like indestructible. I mean, you could probably take a plier to these and pull on them and they won't come off. Also, they are on top of a boning arrow wrap, all in white. And then I'm running the Easton X-Nox. Tried and true, super good. They sit on the string super well. They don't clip on super hard. They're not too soft. I find it pretty perfect. Yeah, and then getting back to the front, I don't have any yet, but I will be running the G5 Dead Meat 100 grain broadheads for this year. I have never ran them, but I've only heard very good things about them. So we'll see what kind of damage they do this year. And then getting into my release, I do have a handheld release. It is the UltraView thumb button. I can say right now, going to a handheld release from a trigger style release, I grew up with target panic. Going into this, being able to set the tension and set your force to what your button releases at, and just focusing on that push-pull while I always wrap my thumb around it and just put pressure and then it goes off. Just being able to focus on your shot execution versus punching the trigger, it's made a world of difference. So, I mean, I got the stainless steel version of this, not the aluminum, because I do like the weight more. And it is a size medium. It hugs your fingers perfect. I mean, it doesn't even fall off. And having this string retention clip when you're in the tree stand, it hangs there. It's ready to go, so you don't have to worry about digging it out of your pocket, trying to clip it on when you have a 180-inch whitetail in front of you. It's there. It's ready to go, ready to rip. So that is my bow setup this year, and we're gonna try to shoot something. So stay tuned.
Alright guys, getting into my bow setup. This year I'm running the 2024 Mathews Lift 29.5 inch. For my sight, I have the CBE Trek 5-pin bridge lock. And for my stabilizer, I'm running the Mathews bridge lock 10-inch stabilizer. Everything's kind of, Mathews on a bow. Like, everything that goes with this bow is what I bought for it, because I've never bought an actual bow before, so this is what I went with. I have shot it a bunch. I love the way it shoots. It shoots better than anything I've ever shot before. I'm really excited to bring it out to the woods this year and actually, do some damage with it. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for opening day. For my arrow, I have the Rage Hypodermic No Collar. I am running the Carbon Express Maxima Tri-Spine 350 grain with a 100 grain broadhead, and just a True Fire trigger release. I've always ran that release for, I think 5 years, and it's been working good every time, so no, I have no complaints with it.
Alright guys, so for 2024, I am running the Mathews Lift 29.5 inches in the Earth colorway. This, I'm going to be honest, this is the best bow I've ever shot in my life. I picked it up in February in the winter. I haven't had a complaint since. It shoots so quick. For the sight that I'm running for this bow, I'm running the Black Gold 3-pin slider. Very great sight. It's very good quality. Everything is super tight on it, so if I ever need to slide down, boom, right there, I'm good to go. For my rest, I'm running the QAD cable-driven rest. I was thinking about running the Hamskea limb-driven rest, but I I just didn't like the idea that my arrow would be bouncing around in there. I like with the QAD that you can flick it up and keep your arrow in that tight little spot so it doesn't bounce around at all and make any noise. So that's why I went with the QAD. For the stabilizers, I'm running a 10-inch Trophy Ridge Hitman stabilizer off the front and then an 8-inch off the back. I have 4 ounces off the back bar and 1 on the front bar. I am looking to get the bridge lock system for this bow because it'd be nice just to have everything integrated into the bow. Makes it super quiet and stable. For the grip, I'm running an Ultra View Be Real grip in the all black colorway. Super good feel. I love how wide it is right here for my fingers to rest on. Keeps my bow super stable when I'm at full draw. I am also running the Engage XO limbs. I don't plan on using these when I'm in the tree stand. These will be taken off, but it's super nice when I'm at the range and I can set my bow down real quick, grab an arrow, do whatever. So yeah, that is my bow setup for 2024. For my arrow build this year, I'm running a RIP TKO, the Elite, the 300 spine. I cut it the shortest I can to cut as much grains possible off of the arrow. I'm running a 50 grain outsert on the front, and then I'm running a new broadhead this year. I'm running the Sever 1.5 inch. What brought me to use the Sever this year is the lock and pivot technology in it. It really caught my eye on something that I'm interested in. I'm going to run that this year, and hopefully it does some devastating damage. On the back, I'm running the all-white 2.75 inch tack driver vanes, all white. So far, I like them. I use the tack glue and the tack primer pen, and I haven't had any sticking issues yet. They're super stiff. They steer the broadhead, the field point. They steer everything great. So I have no complaints. Underneath my tack vanes, I'm running an all-white Be Real wrap. Looks great. I really like the all-white colorway. And then for the knock, I'm running the Easton X knock. No complaints. Doesn't wiggle on my string at all. Super tight, and I get very good grouping. So no complaints about the knock. For my release, I'm running the True Ball Goat release. It's actually a thumb button, and then with a few switches, you can actually make it a hinge too. I'm running it on thumb button though. I bought this release because of the two-way release. I wanted to get a feel for hinge and thumb button, but I ended up liking the thumb button more. So that's what I'll be hunting with this year. It's a great release. Has super good adjustability. You can set it super hot. You can set it super cold. Whatever your preference is. I'm running it like right in the middle because I like to have a lot of pressure on there before it breaks. I don't like it too hot because then I feel like it doesn't give me time to set up my shot. So that's the release I'm running this year.
All right, so this year, all of us are shooting Mathews bows as we went over individually with our own setups. The reason we chose Mathews is, A, aesthetically, all three of us think they look the best out of all of your top-of-the-line flagship bows. And then, personally, we think they are top dog in the archery world. Nothing feels better to us personally. Obviously, it is all personal preference, but for us three personally, Mathews felt the best. They shoot the best. They group the best. Plus, we live in Wisconsin, southeastern Wisconsin. Being born and raised here, still living here, hunting here our entire lives. Mathews is based out of Sparta, Wisconsin, so it's kind of the same thing with Vortex. We're supporting a company that it's based out of our home state where we hunt. So it's like, it's kind of in the same realm of being in the United States, having things that are U.S. made, but it's down to a state level for us. So it's really cool to be able to support a brand that it's a 3-hour drive to Mathews headquarters for us. So kind of just goes hand in hand, and hopefully we can get some stuff killed and on film for you guys with these sweet Mathews bows this year. This is going to wrap up our kind of gear dump for 2024. Hopefully the next video coming out on our channel will be a hunting video from probably opening weekend. Hopefully we get something on the ground. And yeah, it's getting close to crunch time, 22 days, and we're more than excited. It's all we can think about. So yeah, let's get into the season. So stay tuned, you guys. Peace.